That is gorgeous. Holy moly, I was not expecting that, Tarte. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I am gonna play with my brand new Tarte Maneater After Dark palette. I just picked this up at Ulta. I had no intention of buying this palette because I should have pulled out the other one. Because I didn't really love the one from last year as much as I had hoped. I do really love the packaging. It's really beautiful. Full disclosure, I had no intention of picking up this palette this year because I wasn't that happy with the palette last year. I did pick it up and I was excited to give it a go, but I just felt like it was more of a buildable formula. And I mean, I guess that's what we can expect from Tarte, but I really like punchy color. Anyway, my dog just walked out. Good girl. Okay. I do like more of a punchy, I like more of a punchy payoff, but I decided that I would give this palette a go because I was really feeling the fall vibes. And I had already picked up the other fall palettes that had recently come out. So if you missed any of those videos, if you haven't seen my videos on the recent Too Faced and ABH palettes that have come out for fall and such, I'll be sure to leave that down below. So check that out if you're interested. But yeah, I decided I'm going to give this palette a go. And I hope that it'll be better than what happened to me last year with the palette. Like I was able to create some pretty looks, but I don't know. Let's see what this palette, let's see what I can do with this palette. I'm a little nervous because I don't want to be let down. I don't want to be disappointed in this palette. It's so pretty. It looks really beautiful. Okay, I needed a moment to take a good look at the palette. They did not have the palette open for me to see the shades in store when I picked it up at Ulta. All I could see in the display was the exterior of the box. So this is actually my first time to see the palette in person. I'm gonna stick towards this, like, these top couple of rows today. I'm gonna stick right here and do something kind of warm. So I'm starting off with this shade right there in the crease. Yeah, that's a really soft color. But it's going on nicely. I can see it. Wasn't sure if that color was just gonna, it does actually kind of blend in with my skin tone, but it's just a little bit brighter than that. So that's kind of nice. If I didn't have my brightening eyeshadow base on, I don't think you'd be able to see it on my eyelid. But, ooh, that's a really beautiful, soft color. Okay. I might have shoulda stuck with that more towards the front since it's so light. It's actually a lot lighter than I expected it to be. Let me bring it a little bit forward. That is the lightest matte. That got into my, like, throat. Barely the hint, teeniest little hint of color is all I see. And I apologize for my squeaky chair still. I got lazy and stopped looking for a chair because it got a little frustrating. So I'm gonna go into that shade there and see if that'll start to build up a little bit of color. Those shades are looking a lot more kind of peachy and bright than I expected by looking at it in the pan. In the pan, I expected more of like a beige undertone, but it's actually a little bit brighter, which is kind of a surprise. And it does look pretty. It's just, that's not what I thought I was getting when I got into the palette. So, looks pretty though. Okay, that is starting to build up just a little bit, but it's not very deep of a shade, so I guess don't expect too much. I'm going to deepen that up with this bright kind of orange shade, and let's just see how that works. I'm going to try not to get too out of control with this shade, just in case it's bright. Let's just try to keep it more on the edge. I feel like that's really bright. It's a lot brighter than I expected it to be. It doesn't have quite the depth that I thought I was gonna get. Well, yeah, it is kind of coming off bright. I don't know. I'm pretty surprised by that row. That one's a pretty color though. It's got a lot of more payoff than the other shades do, but not quite as much as you would expect for looking at it in the palette. So now that I have an idea what it looks like, I'm gonna bring that one up a little bit more. And I'm gonna try to find something else to deepen up the look with, because that's just not quite deep enough for my preference, especially not for a fall look. It's a really pretty color. I might just build that up all across the lid. That's kind of pretty. Let's do that. Trying to leave that front part a little bit open so I can get a little brighter. Okay, I just feel like it starts off a lot more punchy, and then within like a minute it fades. Maybe it's just the way it's interacting with my MAC paint pot. But let's see if we can keep it this punchy for a few minutes, because I'd like to go over it with a shimmer and see if we can create a look out of this. It's really pigmented. Look at that. I didn't go back into the palette or anything. That's just from previously. So, yeah, there's a lot of pigment in that one. I'm gonna go ahead and close my eye and bring it down under a little bit. Okay. We're looking a little orange Ninja Turtle, but it's okay. We're gonna pull it together. This is a natural hair blender, and I'm just going to soften all of this up. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of this brown and see if I can deepen up my outer corner just a little bit more. I don't quite have the depth that I want. That orange shade did achieve the drama that I was looking for, but I want a little bit more smokiness out here in the edge. That's pretty. Those are mixing nicely together. I like that a lot better. Yeah, I just like the way that it defines the eye to have a little bit of smoke out in the corner. I'm going to take that same brown on more of a fat pencil and just really get into that outer edge. Okay. I like the way that's starting to look. I feel like that's really autumn vibes right there so far. I'm not done. I'm going to use glitter glue because I have seen that this formula of shimmers from Tarte isn't really my favorite. So I'm going to just try to make sure to keep everything here on the lid. All right. Now I'm going to go in to that shimmer that's in the same row that I've been using. I'm going to just use my finger. Ooh, that's deep. Let's stick that back. That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. That is gorgeous. Holy moly. I was not expecting that, Tarte. Before the rest of the glue dries, I'm going to take a little bit of this one here on a brush because of the fact that I want to put that in the inner corner and I want to try to be precise. Ooh, that's really glittery. I'm kicking off as much of it as I can so it doesn't land in my eye at all. Okay, here we go. I feel like there was hardly anything left because I kicked it all off. There we go. Oh my goodness. Wow. Holy moly. I did not see that coming. Let's see if I can replicate that on the other eye. Definitely glitter glue is the way to go with this Tarte formula of shimmers because this one like really falls out. Okay, let's hope that I can get this done the same way. Whoa. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. Okay. Before the glitter glue dries, oh wow. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go back to the previous palette and give it a go with glitter glue because I didn't actually do that. I was just using, if I remember correctly, I've only used my regular MAC paint pot, my regular eye primer. Yeah, let's deepen up this outer corner now that I know how deep my shimmer is. That's really pretty. I do really like the way that looks. I just need to kind of blend that back edge where this dark shimmer is. I'm gonna go back in with the mid-tone shade and just try to bring that back out into my crease a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit more of that same shade, but on a smaller, more detailed brush because I want to bring that down here. There we go. Just so it's not so like stark plain between the top and the bottom where I didn't really connect them. Might as well use that to smoke out the bottom edge. Okay. I really like the way that looks. Wow. Okay, so before I get carried away though, let's see what going into, let me clean off my finger. I'm gonna see what just tapping into this a little bit. Ooh, I flicked off the excess because there's a lot of glitter coming off of that. Just, oh my goodness. Did you, whoa, that's like night and day. So this is a brush application, really softly if you want a softer payoff from that same shade right here. This is the same shade in both inner corners. Now, I am kind of like flicking off the extra glitter because I don't want that stuff landing in my eye, and all the glitter glue has already dried. Oh my goodness, look at that. That's really beautiful. Oh my God. I really like this palette. I'm gonna need to give that other palette another go. It's been a while since I've used it. Maybe I did enjoy it a little bit more than I remember, and I just kind of wasn't into big palettes at that time. I'm not sure, it's been a little bit, but I'm gonna get back into it and refresh my memory. Okay, so I feel like this look is almost done. Let me add a little bit of eyeliner and mascara. Ooh, I've got glitter bukkake all over the face, even though I was really careful, so hold on. Okay. Most of it did dust away. No, it didn't. Okay. It was that second round that I did without more glitter glue, so I should have added more glitter glue before I went in with that layer, but now we know. Okay, let me do the eyeliner. Okay. I would have really liked a black wing with this, but my black liner is like dried up and done, so I need to get a new one. Okay. Let's see if that matches. I would say close enough. Just added the teeniest, tiniest point. Did it line up? Kinda. All right. Okie dokie. Do we want to amp up the lip? I feel like yes. Let's add a little bit of peachiness. I was wearing Natasha Denona Michelle a moment ago, but I just added negligee. Okay. Here's my first look with the Tarte Maneater Nightfall palette. Let's take a good look at it. Let's take a good look at the eyes. I don't know if that helped you at all. I hope it did. Anyway, yeah, I had a lot of fun playing with this palette for this first look. I'm really impressed actually with the way that the look turned out. I love the shimmers in this palette. I'm really surprised to say that, but honestly, I feel like this right here is what made all the difference. Now, you're gonna want to add a fresh layer of glitter glue every time you layer on. Otherwise, do your eyes first because you do still get a little bit of fallout. That being said, I'm really happy with the payoff. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I'll let you know when I come back to do the next look. So yeah, there's the first look. Let's take a good look here. Anyway, okay, so here's the full makeup look. Let me know what you think of this first look down below. I'll be creating the next look tomorrow, but for you, that's coming up now. Okay, we're back for day 2, look number 2, and hopefully the lack of foundation doesn't catch you too far off guard. I decided after yesterday's eye look that not only is there so much fallout that I want to do my eye look first when using this palette, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to wear this look for an extended period of time. Because as it turned out yesterday, I think it might have been the orange shade, but I'm not 100% sure. I started to feel a little bit of like the hint of an eye irritation. That doesn't normally happen to me with Tarte, but that's specifically the Amazonian clay formula. So this is different. This is completely different. The formula is completely different. So anyways, I'm basically just going to do my eyes and then we'll go from there. So let me get my eyes primed. I want to see how this bottom row performs. Maybe I'll dip back and forth between both rows. Yeah. Let's do 2 different eye looks today. We're going to do one on each eye since I know I'm probably going to end up wiping it off after some time. Yeah, let me just dive into 2 different looks and we'll see how some of these shades perform. Okay, I'm going to start off with this bright blue row here because I want to see if those colors fade and stuff like that. I'm going to go ahead and start off with this shade here in the crease. I really do like the soft shades in this palette. Is that like a green or a teal? I think it's more of like a slight bit of a blue green. Wow, that's a deep shade. That is really dark green. That's not green, that's blue. I don't know what color that is. I can't tell. Hold on. It definitely is coming off more deep blue than it does in the pan. Can you see that? All right. I don't want to get too crazy with that shade. I think that might be it right there. I'm going to take the Sephora 18 into the same shade, and I'm going to try to pack it into that outer corner. This might be too fat for that little spot, but yeah, that's definitely blue. I'm going to go into the next shade over without glitter glue and see how that looks. I'm going to take a Sigma E54, which is just like a really nice shader brush. Not a lot of fallout, so this is like a satin. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. What? Wow. Okay, Tarte, I see you. I see you coming to the party to play. Look at you. Whoa. All right. Now though, yeah, see my eye is feeling a little bit irritated. Something that's in the formula, like, it doesn't like make my eye burn or whatever, but it makes it kind of itch. So it's something in the shades. That's really sad because this palette was $55. I did not get a discount on this. Okay, that shade is very, very lackluster. Let's go in with some glitter glue because I feel like we need the help. Big difference with the glitter glue. Like, I didn't even see the color come onto my skin without the glitter glue. That's pretty though. I'm going to go into this shade here for my lower lash line. Just taking a flat brush. Okay, that's a subtle bottom lash line. I ever saw one. Yeah, so the neutral tones seem to come off a lot softer than I expect them to. I'm gonna have to go in with that dark one now. Much better. Okay. I'm afraid that if I blend the top edge, it's gonna get muddy. So I think I'm gonna just leave it like that because I feel like I'm gonna make a good thing go bad. So let's move on to the other eye now. I'm gonna use my Cinch Beauty EO2 and go into the purple shade. Okay, here we go. I'm scared that this purple shade might irritate my eyes a little bit. So that's why I'm trying it out at a time that I don't have to go anywhere. so that I can just wash off my face right away if it starts to cause me any problems. I will say that the color of the shades are really pretty. I don't know, like I saw some people's videos, which is why I wasn't planning on getting this palette. I saw some people's videos talking about how there was like, I don't know, how it just like didn't blend and this and that. And I disagree. I think it blends just fine. And it's got nice color payoff. But what my problem is that the shades seem to irritate my eyes a little bit. There's like, I feel this eye, like I want to wash it off. And I can already tell I need to wash this eye off too. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the look real quick, just so you can see and we can close out the video. But yeah, something in this palette is irritating my eyes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep the palette or if I'm gonna end up returning it, because then you also have to take into account 8% tax. I think it's like 8% or 8.5%, something like that. So on top of the $55. So that's like another a little bit over $4 at least, too. So yeah, all right, I should have done, I don't think this blue and that purple are gonna go good together, but I wanna see what that purple looks like. So this is the one that I'm gonna use. I didn't think this through very well. Oh my God. Oh. Hello. Whoa. Okay, we're gonna bring that over a little bit. Oh my goodness. That's stunning. Yeah, see, my throat feels like it's starting to kind of want to close up. I know that sounds a little extreme, but that's kind of how it's starting to feel. I think it's an allergic reaction to something in the palette, sadly. And I got some of the blue shimmer too high because I have fat fingertips, and that's why I don't like to have to use my finger. But I'm trying to be open-minded and just use my finger like a lot of people do. Anyway, I'm still learning and like trying to get the technique down. Anyway, we're gonna try to just play off that part that goes up too high. Yeah, see that bright purple, it's too bright. Like I should have done the bright purple more towards the inside. Let's do that. And then I'm gonna add the navy. I'm gonna go into the outer corner and deepen it up with that navy part. So let me add this bright purple here so we can still get some of this vibe. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the navy. That's really pretty. Oh my God. Man, I like that. I'm gonna take my Singe Beauty blender and just blend it out a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's really, really pretty. Look at that. Okay, let me figure out what I'm gonna do on the inner eye. I'm gonna use this pretty satin shade here. It's kind of like a pinky satin shade. Let's hope it shows up. It shows up. Still had a little bit of tackiness left from the glitter glue. Okay, I shouldn't have put it so far in the inner corner because it's a little bit too dark now. Why do I always do that? Let me put something in the inner corner. I'm gonna use this sparkly bright shade right there. This one I'm gonna spray because I don't want it to like crap off into my eye. I just want to brighten this one dark spot. Ooh, that's too deep too. Way too much of an undercast. Can you see that? I don't like that at all. Try another one. Let's try. Let's try this gold one right here. Let's see. Well, that helped a little bit, but I already had that dark cast from that other shade. So yeah, we're just gonna call that done. Let me see if I can clean up the dark shade though a little bit. I'm gonna have to sacrifice a brush to do that. Which one do I want to be without for it? This one from Real Techniques. All right, well, that did not help at all, but we're gonna just run with it. Okay, something for the lower lash line. I think I'm just gonna do the same dark brown that I did on the other eye. I feel like I could do something a little bit more dramatic up here. I have not yet touched this shade here. So let's bring that shade up on this outer corner and just kind of get both sides to match size-wise. It's not the outer corner, it's more like the outer upper edge crease or something. Anyway. Boy, this brush is pokey. It is poking my skin so much. Oh my God. I think my skin is becoming more and more sensitive around my eyes as far as texture of brushes, because my BK Beauty didn't used to be so scratchy for me. That's better. I feel like now the shapes match a little bit. So here's both looks now with the palette. Let me know which one you like better, the blue one or the purpley one. Let me see how many shades I have not used yet in the palette.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow. So there's only 6 shades in the palette that I haven't used yet. A couple of them are mattes, a couple of them are the super metallics. I would like to add something really metallic looking to this look. So let's amp it up a little bit. This one here that's in the same row as the ones that I used, I'm gonna put that on this eye here, the purpley side, and see what it does. But I am gonna add a little bit more glitter glue because I don't want that falling all over my face and into my eye. I do need to learn how to hold these bigger palettes though. Ooh. That one didn't flake off any stuff. Oh, that's so beautiful. Whoa. Wow, did you see the way that transformed everything? That's really, really beautiful. Okay, that completely took it in a whole other direction, but I'm not mad about it. Okay, let's do the other side and see what happens. And I'm gonna use a different shade for that one. I'm gonna use one of the other ones that I haven't used. Hold on. Okay, this time I wanna use this sparkly, like deep green shade there. Let's just see what happens. That made it really dark and took it down. That wasn't it. That's not the vibe I wanted. Same shade from yesterday. It's kind of like this light one here. But I feel like I do need a fresh coat of glitter glue because I don't want to take any chances with stuff crapping off into my eye. Take this one here. That one does flake off a bunch of stuff, so make sure you flick off your finger before you put it on your eye. You don't want stuff in your eye. Ooh, that's so intense and beautiful. it kind of hijacked that aqua green a little bit, but not completely. So yeah, there's those foiled shades really amp up the look, or you can keep it more to just like the mattes and the satins for a little bit more of a toned down everyday effect. So that's pretty cool. Okay, let me add a little bit of eyeliner and mascara. Here's the final look. Here's the final two looks actually with mascara and eyeliner on. I'm sorry that I'm not going to complete the rest of my base makeup for you today, but I hope that this is enough to give you a little bit of an idea for looks and inspiration and just to kind of see how the palette performs in use. Here's a close-up of the eyes. I don't know if any of that was helpful. I don't know if any of that was helpful. I hope so. Anyway, I think this palette is really, really beautiful. I do really love the color story. I had a lot of fun like with the different rows and combining different things together. I like that it gives you a soft lookability and also a really punchy shimmer effect, like a really bold metallic effect. So I like that the palette gives you range like that. And so far, I do see like there's a little bit of fading in that deep green, that like deep aqua blue green. That shade looks like it's fading a little bit already, but the purple doesn't seem to be fading too much as far as the mattes go. So that's my first impressions on the palette so far. Now I want to know, what are your thoughts? Are you gonna pick up this palette? Have you picked up this palette? Are you gonna skip this palette? Are you over this palette already? I want to know. I love to hear your thoughts. It's okay if we have different opinions. Yeah, it's just makeup. It's not that serious, so perfectly fine. Anyway, leave your opinions on the palette down below. I'd also like to know which is your favorite of the three looks that I created. Either one from today, the blue look, the purple look, or yesterday's look. I'd love to know. So be sure to comment down below. I look forward to chatting with you there in the comment section. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so we can hang out again. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.